into the future. Good morning. Good into the good. 120 minutes.
Greetings, everybody. Loser Largent here with you for 120 minutes. We do this every Sunday night at midnight, 11 Central. And our usual action-packed show we have for you. The one and the only Björk is going to be here, as well as the one and only Cracker. They're also going to be here for interviews and live performances. We've got brand new videos from Primus, Dig, Verve, Deep Forest, and American Music Club. We'll be playing you a world premiere video from Depeche Mode, plus the latest from Unrest, Blind Melon, Mazzy Star, Juliana Hatfield 3, Concrete Blonde, and a profile of Green Apple Quickstep. And lots more, of course. Let's kick things off right now with Smashing Pumpkins doing a live performance of Today off of Siamese Dream. Now, this was done for the No Alternative special MTV put together with the Red Hot organization for the No Alternative record, which benefits AIDS research. But first, here's Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan to tell us how he feels about being a big rock star.
I'm not a role model. You know, I've seen the Charles Barkley commercial. I'm not a role model. I'm not here to tell you how to be. But I think when you're finally put in a position of responsibility, you know, it's time to step up to the mic, so to speak, and take it on. So I'm ready to shoot down some of the myths. I'm ready to cause trouble, and basically give you the most entertainment for your dollar.
Welcome back to MTV's 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent, and I don't think the woman to my right needs any introduction. One of the more familiar faces in the world of music who's picking her nose vigorously with glee right now. This is Björk.
Hello.
Hello, Björk. So, you got to clear something up for me because you were on the show a little while ago. We ran like little roll-in segments where you talked about how the Sugar Cubes were actually never a band, so they could have never broken up. How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense to me. I wish you'd explain this further and clear up the confusion that I have.
Oh, it's just rumors that we were a band. It's kind of like if you knew a girl really well and you'd kind of go all over the place and everybody would say you were married.
Right.
And then everybody would ask you, you know, it's kind of like that. You can't really break up if you never sort of went out.
But you have 3
I'm making
albums
things more complicated, aren't I?
Yes, but you have
I'm not
3
really
albums
simplifying,
out
am I?
and a couple tours. I mean, that's about as close as a band can get, like touring, albums. It wasn't just like a one-off or something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the nature of what you do is kind of not how many hours and minutes you do it, but kind of what attitude you got towards what you're doing. And what we were doing is being pretty sort of being too serious or whatever in Iceland and running a book publishing company and sort of like putting out films and being really, really active. But the Sugar Cubes thing was always like a hobby, like a holiday. It was always like, hey, we've been offered to go for 2 months in America. We get free airfares, free food, free drinks. We can even take our friends. All we've got to do is pretend we're rock stars. Great, let's go, you know. That was always the attitude, you know.
So are you ever going to go back on that vacation?
I don't know. We always get those offers. That's always how it's been. And we kind of say yes to about half of them. But we kind of say no to the other half because we're kind of like busy. Someone just had a baby or someone just started an important radio show in Iceland. Or like I'm busy now doing my thing. So, you know.
Now you called your album, which is currently out now, Debut. But it's actually not your debut album though.
No.
It's your 3rd album.
Yeah, I just wanted to stress the point that it's the first time it's my music, because again it's like different point of views, and my point of view, sort of how I do my things, is I love making music. It's my favorite, and what is more favorite is arranging it. But I don't really look at myself so much of a singer. You know, it's to sing is kind of like a tool to be able to sort of do what's my favorite
An
thing.
instrument in the whole musical
Yeah, it's
equation.
kind of like if you got a hammer, but you kind of want to build a house, you know. But so I want to call this debut because for me, it's in a way the first thing I've ever done, and everything else has been like a rehearsal. And it's my music. It's the debut of my music, you know.
We're going to look at Venus as a Boy right now.
Okay.
Your new video. Could you explain how, was this your concept, and were you actually making breakfast and going, God, this would be a great idea for video? Or did you not?
I think me and Sophie, she's the woman who did the video, we kind of, I mean, most of the videos I know kind of what I want and kind of know, so I can communicate quite easily with the directors what I want. But in this case, it was quite unusual because I went like, listen, this is what I don't want. I knew very much what I didn't want because it's about a boy that's very beautiful. So we kind of like, the first thing we thought, well, let's not have a boy that's beautiful then. So it kind of ended up being cooking in your kitchen. It's a long story.
Okay, here it is, the second video off a debut, Venus as a Boy, 120 minutes. It's 120 minutes on MTV. I'm Louis Largent. This is Björk, who is speaking with an English accent almost, I hear. Are you living a lot in England these days?
Yeah, I've been living there for half a year now. It's the first time I live somewhere abroad. But to tell you the truth, I'm a bit of a chameleon when it comes to accents. Yes. And I've been in America now for 1 day. And you try talking to me in a week, I'll be really sort of
be like,
Texan.
yeah, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's going on?
I can't control it, it's really bad. You should listen to me when I'm talking to Scottish people and stuff. It gets really spicy.
Okay, Björk is going to play a little later. We're going to have more conversation with her. Got a lot of things to ask you about, including that incredible video, Human Behavior. So check us out as 120 Minutes continues. Welcome back to 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent. This is Björk, and you just saw a little bit of Human Behavior, which is such an unbelievable video. Did you see the Rolling Stone did the 100 greatest videos according to their critics, and it already ended up in the top 100. It was like number 96 or something of the greatest videos of all time, according to Rolling Stone. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, it did. It's incredible. Tell me about it.
Well, basically, I kind of went through 900 show reels and found Michel once.
Michel Gondry is his name.
Yeah, he's the guy who made the video. Yeah. And at that point, he just made videos with no money for his own band. He's like the drummer in this French kind of band, punk band, actually. Yeah. And he made it with no money at all. And you just see that his creativity is just so brilliant. His sense of humor is just so subtle and funny, you know. That he can make a video with no money at all, just with a pile of rubbish and, you know, sort of express himself with anything, you know. Yeah. And I just went to him in Paris and met him and told him kind of what I wanted, but not too detailed, just very basic, sort of like, you know, I want it to be about animals and how they look at humans and how humans are ridiculous, and definitely the animals have to win in the end because it's about time, you know, and things like that, you know. And he just like, and also that I wanted it to be like earthy, like wood, like handmade video, you know? And then I just said, see you later. And he did everything, you know, from that point. But he's brilliant. He's quite a character as well.
Are you gonna, you think, he is absolutely brilliant. And we just saw, I saw a Donald Fagen video that he produced and the Terence Trent D'Arby video are all like, we apply a breakthrough graphic or a breakthrough video moniker to things, and all of his videos have been breakthroughs, every one of them, including yours. It's pretty brilliant. So, tell me about tell me about your album and Nelly Hopper and how that all came about.
Yeah, it's been a secret affair of mine for quite a while to do this album. I kind of like sneaked around, and when Shoe Cubes were touring, I would kind of like go and meet a person in LA who played the harp and record with her for like 2 hours in the studio, like really, you know, for no money kind of thing. And, you know, team up with Oliver Lake. He actually lives in New Jersey. He's like one of the greatest artists, you know, I think. And all those people kind of collecting recordings. So I'd already recorded like half of the album, and I wanted to be like really spicy, like you got synthesizers and drum machines and harps, all the extreme beautiful sounds of the world, you know. And then I just met Nelly Hooper, like, out of accident.
Is it Hooper or Hopper? I've always called him.
Oh, you say what you like.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah,
okay.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in his own native country, he's called Hooper. Okay. But he's just like one of those kind of exciting guys, you know, as well. He's kind of like, hey, let's jump off that cliff, you know, attitude. And I just ended up asking him to do the whole thing with me.
Were you a Soul II Soul fan?
I mean, respect,
Yeah.
But they were just a bit too good taste for me. I like things
A
with
little
a
too
bit...
commercial, a little too mainstream.
I love commercial. I love pop. It's one of my favourite things of all times, you know. But it's kind of when it becomes too good taste. I like...
It's not offensive enough?
Not offensive, but it kind of has to sort of... Just a little, you know, sort of tease a bit, you know.
Okay.
Not be too cosy.
Okay. Well, we got more with Björk, including your band, her band, who you're going to see, and you got a lot of different instruments going along in the setup. I can see, and violins and various keyboards. And check it out. Promises to be a very interesting experience. And more conversation with her as 120 minutes continues. It's 120 minutes. This is Björk, who's going to play a little later. Tell me about your band. I met the guy who arranged the strings on your album. And tell me about everybody in the band. You got quite a mix of people on this album.
Yeah. When I recorded the album, I mean, 90% of it is kind of me on keyboards and Nelly doing loops. It's done mostly through sort of computers. I didn't really intend to play it live at all. It kind of was a complete accident how well this album has gone, you know? So I decided, okay, I get a chance to get a live band together. Let's do it different in the album because it has to be sort of original, you know? I don't want to imitate the album because I can play every song on the album in 20 different arrangements. I really like things like that. I mean, also remixes and all those things, you know? So the band, we play sort of with electronics and 7-piece band. We got a percussionist from India, drummer from Turkey, bassist from Barbados, you know, quite sort of, and keyboardist from Iran.
Now, how did you find all these people?
In London.
Are they just all...
Yeah, it's like a
multicultural hotbed, a Benetton ad.
Yeah, walking around the streets of London, you would never believe it, you know. It's quite, because it's not like that in Iceland at all, you know.
There's a sort of an ambient, almost like a techno-like sound to your album. Are you listening to that type of music right now? Is that where...
Yeah.
Does that sound influencing you at all?
I think the only pop music I've been listening to sort of last 5 years is what most people call dance music. I don't agree so much with that title, but... And especially the sort of more experimental stuff. I like a lot.
Because you have Ultramarine, I guess, who you picked to open up your tour. And they're sort of that sound, I guess.
Yeah, I love their stuff, you know.
So tell me about the tour. All 6 dates of it. It's kind of a short tour. How come you're not going out longer? Is that long enough for you? Come in, come out?
Well, I've got a kid, and he could always travel with me before, but unfortunately, kids have to go to school. And then, kind of like when you tour, you have to leave them behind.
Right.
It's quite a sort of not so pleasant concept, really. So I try just to go for very short as possible.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Okay, Björk is going to play live. You're going to see her entire band, and it promises to be a great experience. So stick around with us as 120 minutes continues. And now it's time for some live music here on 120 Minutes. A rare acoustic performance from Björk and her band from her album debut. This is called Come to Me.
Care of
into the future.